What's up, guys? Nerdlocker.com here with your video game and app news this week. Apparently Activision has went and registered a bunch of domain names, one of which being GoldenEye Reloaded.
Which is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my
You know,
God.
they redid GoldenEye for Wii, and I don't own a Wii, so I never got to play it, but
Same
it
here.
didn't look as fun as I thought it would be. I'm really hoping that this is something that'll come out for 360 or PS3 that you could play on live or online with other people.
Exactly.
Because that's one of the coolest games ever.
Oh, for sure. And I
GoldenEye is hands down one of my favorites.
would love to see a huge MMO for just the entire Bond universe.
Could you see just online play like Call
Oh
of
my
Duty
gosh.
but for GoldenEye?
Right?
Be incredible.
Proximity mines,
Exactly. So
golden guns.
I'm really hoping we get more news on this quickly.
Me
you know,
too.
Sooner rather than later. And
Especially being that GoldenEye for the Wii was one of the most anticipated shooters
yeah.
of last year. So
So I'd really like to know what they have planned with
Me
this. So,
too.
you know, hurry up, guys. Give us some
we
information.
need it. We need it.
So I know you don't play too many MMOs.
Do not.
And I've kind of dabbled into it. I'm too caught up with my Call of Duty now. So I haven't really had a lot of time to play them. I know you're a Star Wars fan though.
Huge Star Wars. fan.
Huge, as am I. Star Wars Galaxies. MMO, I know you never played it. I think we
Yeah.
talked about it a few times, but it's been around for years. It was Star Wars's shot at an MMO. You know, you can be a Jedi, you can be a smuggler, you can do all these things. It's gone through some changes, and it's not exactly the game that it started out as originally. This is kind of cool about the game. You were able to be a Jedi, but only randomly. And you were like approached by someone at a certain level, and you had to go through this like quest to become a Jedi.
That sounds really cool.
That's
And,
really cool, right? A couple years into it, they changed it to where like anyone could be a Jedi. So
Oh,
all of
kinda
a sudden you
takes away
have
from it.
everyone's Jedis. But we have finally the Old Republic coming out.
Now,
Star
see,
Wars.
this looks awesome. I'm
Yeah.
not an MMO player,
Oh,
but
man.
everything I've seen on this really makes me want to go out and buy it.
I think this has a better chance of being something because it takes place 3,000 years, I believe, if I am not right. Google it if you need to. But it takes 3,000 years before the events of Episode 4, I believe. And pretty much everything's in chaos. The world's completely different, or the galaxy is completely different from what we know the Star Wars universe to
Yeah,
be.
you know, that's what's most interesting
So
about
it's open-ended. You can do whatever you want with it. The other one,
Absolutely.
Galaxies, took place like right after the Battle of Yavin.
Ah,
so it's
so-
kind of like, oh, well, that doesn't make sense, and that
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. So
Well, you know, it's cool because the thing with Star Wars, the biggest thing I always see people griping about is continuity, whether it's, you know, just
how did Jar Jar become a
Yeah.
senator, and how was he not
or-
in Episode 4?
or like the Clone Wars with Chewbacca showing up and all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So I think this is cool that they're taking a portion of Star Wars history that really isn't written down like in stone.
It
that you
is.
can-
Well, no, it's not written down in stone, but I mean, it's talked about, but it's just not on a grand scale like
Yeah.
this. I think this is going to be a great thing.
In my opinion, I think we don't get enough movies about video games, more all about adaptations, where they
Yes.
adapt a movie from a video game.
Why can't kids just play video games?
There's one in particular that just jumps out in my head, and that's War Games with
Yes,
Matthew Broderick.
Classic.
I love this movie.
So good.
It's actually getting a remake. I have mixed feelings.
Okay, of course.
Remakes are getting a little ridiculous.
No, they have been ridiculous, and it's kind of like wearing thin. I mean, it has been wearing thin. We're almost at the point of breaking that skin. So.
Yes, absolutely. The most interesting thing about this is how are they going to do that when this movie is actually based around how obsolete computers were.
When they were supposed to be like brand new. And nowadays,
Exactly.
computers are supposed to be like the most sophisticated things out there, like the most complicated thing to master. But
I think this will be a thriller more than anything else. I think it'll be a little bit too confusing for the general audience to understand because of how in-depth things have gotten now with computers. It's not as easy to hit like in the era
He
of
has
War
to-
Games.
In the original, if you don't know too much about it, I don't want to spoil too much, but he pretty much hacks into the U.S. government's computer system and like pretty much starts like
The computer system they use to test wars.
Yeah, it gets smart and pretty much says, oh, well, I'm going to play this game for real, and like we're going to destroy the world.
And Matthew
And-
Broderick's character ends up playing what he thought was a game with a computer or
He just
against
thought
the
he was
computer,
no, he just thought he was playing a game in period, and he just
and
didn't know
ends
he
up
was
initiating
almost
what could
World
be
War
World
III.
War III.
Yeah,
Could be World
yeah.
War III.
Now, with the way things are nowadays, this was made in the 80s. This is 83. nowadays with everything that's going on and like everyone's hacking everyone's cyber attacking, and like I guess it can translate pretty well to nowadays, but it's gonna be like I don't even know.
I don't know either. And on top of all that, War Games the original has 3 Oscar nominations, so that's a lot to live
Really?
up to. 3 Oscar nominations, and
I didn't know that.
I'm a little hurt by your surprise there because it totally deserved it. If you haven't seen War Games 1, you have to see it.
It is a great movie, but I did not know that. That's actually something.
Yeah, very interesting. So they have a lot to live up to. I just don't know if they can do it with this modern telling of War Games.
If there's any remake that could pull it off, though, and I'm praying that it does, this is it.
So with Harry Potter coming out really, really soon, J.K. Rowling sort of had news for us that no one knew what it was going to be, and she was going to release it in a few more days, and we finally know what it is.
Pottermore
Oh my God.
is essentially, it's like releasing all the books again,
Yeah.
right? This is like the Star Wars special edition,
Yeah, pretty much.
essentially. You know, you get added story,
More
right?
depth to characters.
Yeah, it's characters that weren't really talked about too much.
Yeah.
They're going to be explored more.
More
like,
lavender brown for you.
Please.
Exactly.
Thank you. I don't know. Like I'm excited for it. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. I've been reading
Me
it since
too.
I was 11. I started when Harry started.
Me too.
I wanted my letter from Hogwarts like immediately, or like the American school. I wasn't sure what it was, but
Me too.
but yeah, like I'll take the trip again. That's fine.
Oh, totally.
You know, I want to
Totally.
do this, and I want to know like what Among Douglas Finch was doing before,
Exactly.
you know, before he met everyone and you know, all this stuff.
I think that this is just a first step to making like an MMO.
I hope they make an MMO.
That would be amazing.
Oh my
to
god,
see.
it'd be 11 again.
I would just love to see that whole world created, because even if it's written out or on the big screen, like Harry Potter is always really captivating if it's done right.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I mean,
Very, very
look
excited
at the
to see.
movies. The first one.
it sucked a lot of people
It's
in.
a kids movie. It
Yeah.
sucked a lot of people in it because it was Harry Potter on screen. Finally, you've seen it. But then progressively, they've gotten better. The last installment is supposed to be coming out soon.
Super
and
epic.
It looks amazing.
The book was
Can't
way
wait
more
for it.
epic. I can already guarantee
Oh
you
my
that.
god! Yeah,
but
it has to be. It has to be. Although there's a couple things in the trailer that have me like, what?
Yeah,
that didn't
that
happen.
didn't happen.
But,
Exactly.
But I'm
We're
there.
not gonna spoil
I'm there.
anything.
No. I'm there.
Anyway, Pottermore, go check it out. Let us know what you think. All you Potter nerds out there, join me in your
And me.
excitement.
Potter.
All right, that's going to do it for video game news for the week. Be sure to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube page. And if you guys have any other little video game tips, let us know.
Feel free to comment.